All right, well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode. We're picking up where we left off at these magnificent hot springs. Had a nice, long, probably hour and a half, 2 hour soak last night. Fantastic. Now you can control these pools by letting in hot or cold water and get your temperature just right, but I had that one piping hot, that one kind of lukewarm, so I would just bounce back and forth. 15 minutes over there, 15 minutes over there. Now I could certainly stay here forever, but the roads are frozen. It's time to get out of here before it becomes a sloppy mess. But it doesn't look like we're going to have any sun today, so should be in decent traveling shape all day long. But already packed up. I didn't film any of that. No coffee, B-roll. Sorry for you coffee aficionados. I'm sure those who dislike coffee are pleased. Just want to get a good start. We got a lot to cover. I don't know how far I'm going to make it, but I got an ambitious loop that I'm trying to get in. I've only got like 3 or 4 more days to finish this, so got to stop with the distractions and just roll. All right, let's get on the road, see what we can find. Well, woke up to a beautiful sunrise. Expected to get some sunshine today. Not the case. Heavy fogs rolled in. Visibility is about 300 yards. That's all right. At least the ground's frozen. We're on top of this stuff now. So I'm gonna head out, look at a couple more cool things. I don't know what visibility is gonna do to us today, but we'll see what happens. At least we're on the road. I don't think anybody's been on this trail in a while.
Alone in my apartment. American dream. Oh, help me believe life is more than what we've been told it's supposed to be. Oh, so let me be. La let me be. La let me be free.
You can tell by the tracks something lives in here. Probably a badger. So something else I wanted to mention to you guys, if you are out traveling in this snow or really bad mud, it's a good idea to reset your fuel mile per gallon readout. And the reason for that is you might get 12, 15, 20 miles per gallon on the highways or dirt roads. But out here where you're getting a lot of extra tire spin, it's amazing. It's amazing how bad a fuel mileage you can potentially get. Now, I have been idling a lot just from setting up camera shots and things like that, but I'm at roughly 6 miles per gallon. So if you're out here and you're trying to calculate, okay, this trail is X amount of miles long, and I usually get, 10, 12 miles per gallon on trail, might come up short. So it's important to think about that when the trail conditions get worse with snow or mud. Just a little tip. Wow. Look at that. So if you were curious as to why there are hot springs in this area, generally you're going to find volcanic activity. And this is the remains of a cinder cone of some kind. But just look at the way that stuff would ease up out of the ground, cool, and then flake off and roll down the hill. It's wild. So crazy. So I'm driving along this trail that kind of goes around this thing, looking up at the volcanic rock, and there's steam coming out of it. There's steam right there. I'll get a long range lens and show you, but you can kind of see there's vegetation and stuff growing right there. So there's a hot spring that's trickling its way up and out of that. Wow. Makes you think. Well, I was hoping to take this trail, link up with some mining activity I was seeing on the map, but came to this spot here thinking it was just another salt flat, and it's ice. So yeah, it's probably fine, but if I get out in the middle of this, find a thin spot, I am hosed. I am done. Done. So, find a way around this. I was easing out on here. Just a few yards and I could hear. That's not salt flat. That's ice. No idea how deep it is. We're not going to find out the hard way and end up an Instagram meme. Well, I've exhausted 2 attempts to try and get around this. I've even pulled out maybe 20 yards onto it, and it didn't offer to pop or crack. I sincerely think that the water is froze solid. I just don't know how soft the mud might be under it at some point in there. Like I said, if I was to fall through, it would be game ending. Now, I could back up and give it just a fast shot so that if it does decide to start to fail, I can be moving to the next piece of ice. But I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to skirt it. I'm just going to kind of put my right tire just on the edge of the sage here, and I'm just going to skirt it nice and slow. That way if something does fall through, I know it's not going to be crazy deep or anything like that. Otherwise, I've just got to burn a crap ton of fuel and go backwards. I'm just going to ease out, see if I hear any weird sounds, and then maybe we can get around this little spot. All part of the adventure, I guess. It just sucks being solo because you know you're on your own. So yeah, I'm just gonna ease out here and see if this works for us. I don't recommend anybody do that. I really don't. Not as a solo. It didn't crack. The ice never once gave a hint that it was going to be a problem, so I think the temperature is what saved us this go around, but this route is going to be a nightmare when everything starts to thaw. I would stay out of western Utah for probably a month or two whenever this starts to go. Hopefully that was our only obstacle. I'm seeing tire tracks now, so I think this side is clear. Were you holding your breath on that one? And by the way, if I had any inkling that that was going to be deep, that was going to be like fall through the ice, I would have never done that. I walked it, I could see the dirt, 3-4 inches below the ice. So again, I'm not advocating anybody do that, but it would have been great YouTube material had I fell through. I would have been calling one of those recovery channels, I guess. Don't do that.
Wish I known you when you were young, riding 3 sheets to the sun. Did you dream of, or did you want from the life set before you were young? I wish I'd known you when you were strong. Did you run like the devil till the dawn? Were you a sailor? Did you catch the wind? Command the sea, sky, and anchors under them? These are questions I'm asking you, 'cause I don't know you half as well as I think I do. Time runs over, life's begun. Will you return to who you were when you were young? Wish I'd known you when you were brave. Did you stand up for what is right or just what paid? When you fought, were you feared by the men with evil voices in their ears? Or did you carry inside your coat? Was it love or was it drugs or maybe both? Who did you worship? Who did you trust? Was it God or something flawed just like us? These aren't questions I'm asking you, 'cause I don't know you half as well as I think I do. Time runs over, life's begun. You return to who you were when you were young. How'd you feel when you saw her eyes? Did your heart skip a beat? Did you capsize?
Well, that was a spectacular sunset. We got this fog bank down in the valley, and it's only about maybe 50, 100 feet tall, and it's just blanketed the valley. Made for a spectacular sunset. I've never seen anything from this perspective. I mean, we're not that high. That's wild. Just like a thin little layer of fog down in there. So cool. All right, well, I'm starving. Not really cooked a big dinner yet on this run, so tonight we're going to remedy that. And if you've been on this channel before, you can probably guess what we're having. Let's get cooking. So if you're new here, this is a hack that we've done to just a traditional propane campfire. There's a video dedicated to all the mods that we did right up here somewhere, over here, you know. What this allows us to do is to cook on our source of heat. That way we don't have to bring a camp stove if we don't want to. And you'll catch me saying we a lot, because usually it's my whole family, but we just had a new baby, and so I'm running solo, and it's time to eat. So let's just get after it. Garlic powder and paprika always gives it a good flavor. Good shot. Now, you go for a rest, little guy. Keep all that warm. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, yes. You go there. Get that nice char. Yeah. That's the best. And they're self-steamed too. The butter went up in there and just softened them. Softened them right up. And then there were potatoes. Done and done. Let's eat. while we're here, let's just see how we did. Oh, did you see how smooth that cut? Oh yeah. Oh, so perfect. All right. Man. Cooking at camp isn't that hard. I like to keep it simple and just do a meat and some veggies. That's it. Super simple. And it doesn't have to be steak. You can do chicken or pork, or I've even got some pre-seasoned stuff that I picked up, so I don't have to worry about marinating. So try it. It's easy and it's delicious. And when it's cold like this, you need all the calories you can get. Thanks for riding along today. We'll see you on the next one. But until then, remember to stay curious and leave it better than you found it. I'm gonna leave this plate emptier than I found it. Here, old Silver is just casually moping along.